Spartans! What is your profession?
I'm not their echo, I'm my own sound. My roots in the earth, my head unbound. They whisper and judge, but I'm not their clay. I mold my tomorrow, I'm done with today. I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the storm. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away, yeah.
I walked away from their parade. Their words like stones that ricochet. They call me lost, but I am found on this quiet road where I'm unbound. I walked away through the quiet of the fray. Their voices loud, but my soul felt warm. They point their fingers, call me the stray, but I found my freedom when I walked away. They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
Their dreams aren't mine, they never fit. A puzzle forced, it just won't click. I see the world through my own eyes, not filtered through their scripted lies.
Their dreams were cages I couldn't call home. I saw a horizon where I could roam. They don't understand what they can't contain, but my path is my own through joy and pain. They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
Let them whisper, let them glare. I've grown strong in this thin air. The crowd may roar, but I won't bend. My road's my own until the end. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can't try to shame me, but I won't obey. They call me the outsider for chasing my flame. Their rules and their boxes I refuse to claim. I won't be a shadow, I'll carve my own way. They can't try to shame me, but I won't obey.
They try to shame the soul that strays. When you carve your path, they turn away. An outsider's heart beats loud and clear. No chains can hold what's free from fear.
So call me the outsider if that's what I'll be. I'd rather be lost if it means I'm free. Their maps are for them, I'll chart my own sea. I walked away, now I'm finally me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well. It is Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, July 30th. It is July. Are there 31 days in July or 30? Let me double check real quick. There are, let me see. July calendar. There are 31 days in July. Meaning tomorrow is July 31st, and then on Friday, it is August 1st. We are going to be in the 8th month of the year of 2025. Can you believe that? Can you believe how fast our year is going? What a roller coaster 2025 has been, but I am here for it. The ups, the downs, the wins, the losses, every last bit of it. We are in it to win it because regardless of what happens, we are the best.
We the best.
I am Techo Trough. We are Engineered to Win. This is the Coffee and Kata Show or Morning Vibes with Tech Coach Ralph. the past few weeks, and we're going to be getting back to our large language model course begrudgingly because of some things that happened earlier in the month, but whatever, it is what it is. But I did want to finish off working on this marketing workflow. We are like about halfway-ish there, and it still has a lot to do with large language models, all of that good stuff. We're integrating, we're doing JavaScript, API calls using Manus, using N8N, all of that good stuff. So we're going to finish that up, see it working. We actually ended up generating an image on Monday. And by some miraculous reason, and it is working for my installation. It's all good so far. But I have backup plans in case it didn't work. So we're going to continue with that. We're going to try to generate a few more images. The image I don't remember if I showed it on Monday, but the image I was generated had a bunch of messed up text on it. So I'm going to tell it not to create images with text on it because AI and text, they suck. It can do text to an image, but saying put this text on this image or this video, it is a recipe for disaster. But before we get into working, because I like to do these in the morning where we can get our mind stimulated, getting us ready for the day, getting us ready for the week. On Monday morning, I had a bunch of technical issues. I was exhausted. It was crazy just because of some work I had to do, but we are in it today. I am feeling energized. I am feeling ready. We had a great show last night. Yes, we did. And I continue working on it after the show. Really, really good stuff, right? So if you didn't watch the show last night, check it out. A lot of good questions answered. My guy Rod Brown came up and we had a conversation about the T app and why you should not be putting your personal information in Ratchet. Putting your personal information in Ratchet places. But it is what it is. It is all right. But with that being said, we are going to get started with the show. Remember today at noon, we're going to be releasing, premiering software explorations, concepts, and overviews. We're going to be talking about Google Opal. If you haven't heard about Google Opal, I took it for a test drive, researched it, used one of my prompts that I put into Lovable, and I put it into Google Opal to see what it came out with. You definitely want to check it out. It is a brand new experimental generative AI coding platform. So you definitely want to go out there and check it out. I'm going to be in the chat with you guys as I explore it. And eventually on some live stream, we're going to be trying it out live as well because we like to stay up to date. All right. But that's all that I got for you this morning. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Check out tickletrap.dev. Today, I am going to be releasing, I just have to press publish. I'm going to be releasing the Vibe Code and Chill session from this past weekend, where I was going through troubleshooting techniques that I did on one of the apps that I'm working on, built a prototype with David Yeti for an idea that he had, and answering your questions, giving you insight, showing you some things that I'm working on, all right? All of that good stuff. But without further ado, we are going to get working on our N8N workflow, all right? So let's get into it. Let me close down the calendar for July. All right, so let me just go and show the workflow first, and we're gonna go over here. And so yesterday we were watching the video from Bozito. Let me get that down and pull up our screen share. All right, there we go. All right, there we are. We are inside of our N8N workflow. We got all the way to here where we are. Let me zoom in on this a bit. So we are here with the runware image generation. The problem with the runware image generation, as I mentioned, is that having text on images does not work very well, right? So what I'm going to do, I am going to kick off the workflow. Kick off there, right? And go here. And I am actually going to, let's switch up the marketing information a little bit, right? So if I go into N8N and I say, put this in listen for event, right? And now we go to here. Not here. Where is it? Here. And let's say brand name. Let's go with homeschool. Let's make it something relatable to us, right? Homeschool Hive, target audience, homeschool mothers who are looking for a community. Looking for a community to collaborate, get lesson plans, and stay organized. Let's go with that, right? And then let's say the campaign objective, increase subscriptions. Platform, let's say Facebook, Instagram, and TikToker. Actually, it's about TikToker. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I guess that's the place that would be. And I would say let's go ahead and send that. And so now that we send that to our N8N hook, we go over to here, and we got a bunch of stuff coming in. Homeschool Hive, homeschool mothers who are looking for a community to collaborate, get lessons planned, and stay organized, increase subscriptions, and we have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Perfect, right? So now we can close this down, and we have our webhook started. And I'm just gonna go one by one to each. I'm not gonna explain each node, but I'm gonna go one by one to make sure that this is being processed. If I open here, I have that information is being broken down. We're going to go here, and if I go here, we are going to have all that information broken down still. Looking good. Source, Facebook ads library, Google ads transparency. Okay, we're all good here. Here we are advanced ad analyzer. So now it's analyzing our ad. And we'll pop that open to see what type of information it comes up with. And so the color schema that it recommends is warm yellow, friendly and approachable sans serif type, which is going to be a problem with the text. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Maybe we should try one image from DALL-E to see how it comes out. Just because I honestly don't think DALL-E's going to be able to handle text on images well, but we might as well give it a try just to not think but actually see, because I'll tell you this. You will put out a suggestion and you will have many thoughts about that suggestion off of a whim, but more often than not, people have not actually tried it to be able to give a decent suggestion, right? So that's why I don't like to just give feedback without actually getting hands-on. So we have used DALL-E before in the past. It's a little slower as well. But all right, let's keep going. So now we're going to process to visual intelligence. We got that. Let me see what comes up over here. It does all of that. Let's go here. So I will do one regular one with runware so we can see the poor image quality that it's not a poor image quality, the poor ad quality that's going to come out with. And then we will do one without text, and then we're going to try one with DALL-E and see what happens. So the trigger recommendation processor gives us all of this, which leads us to the emotional hook and copy generator. So here's what I would rather do. Instead of putting text on an image, I would like the post description to be that emotional hook, and a video or image is fine too, but also being able to generate video that is going to have that emotional hook. And that's something we could probably try and figure out. But all right, let's keep going. So that's emotional hook and copy generator. Because generating images cool, but what about generating videos on the fly? They are a little bit more expensive, I'll tell you that. But there are some video generation models that are top notch. Like I've seen, forgot the name of them. Oh, what is the name of that image generation? Whatever. I'll figure it out. But so now let me open this one. So join a community of passionate parents and educators who are transforming the way children learn. With Homeschool Hive, you gain access to a tailored lesson plan, engaging activities, and supportive networks that empowers your child to thrive. Say goodbye to the one-size-fits-all approach and hello to personalized learning that ignites curiosity and creativity. Start your free trial today. So that would be on Facebook, I guess. Use vibrant image of children engaged in learning activities. For Google, Instagram, incorporate eye-catching stories. Google Ads focus on keywords like homeschool resources. Psychological triggers. Utilize community trigger by showcasing a supportive network. Cool. So I mean, honestly, just by passing this in, we are able to get that out. And I would say, let's say you wanted to monetize this little workflow, I would highly recommend do not pass any text to it and give it the option. Do you want image generated with copy, or do you want video generated with a copy? But definitely don't. You're gonna see. Do not put any text in there, right? What is this one failing for? Hold on. Let's see what we, because there is something in here failing. This is good. This is good. Transform your visual prompts, copy variation, add underscore. So should it be like that? Oops. Let's see. And then I think we had worked on this last time where we just said don't even look for ID because there is no ID. We could have an ID generated, but let's just go like that. Just get rid of that altogether. And then variation, psychological trigger explanation. Let's see what we have over here. I don't see a psychological trigger. Well, there is one over here. And that is under... Oh, wait a second. Let me see. I think we need to make sure the data is coming back in a way that we want. So add variation. Okay, so platform trigger is under... So if it's there, why are we not? So variation, Facebook, platform. You see, I don't. So add variation, copy response. All right, let's see what's going on here. Copy response. If we were to take, so let me get rid of this for a second. We got that. Okay, so I wonder what was the difference? Give me a second. Why did that not work? So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to just copy this And I'm just going to put the name emotional. Let's just do it that way. And then I guess that took, right? Hold up. Let me see what's going on. All right, so we have this for copy response. All right, let me try to run that. Let me see. Psychological triggers. Utilize community by showcasing. So did it work? Let's see if it worked. I'm not getting any errors, so that's a good thing. But I would have just thought that that's weird. The way that it was showing me all this stuff. All right, whatever. Let's leave it at that for now. Okay, so we're here. Let's run this one. And what I ended up doing last time was just hard coding in a task UUID. I don't know if that's going to affect something, but maybe it'll come back and say, oh, there's already a task UUID for that. But I just hard coded it last time, and turns out it went through even using the same task ID. I would probably write something, some type of function to generate the UUID on the fly, but no big deal. All right, let me see what image it came up with. And I'm gonna say, so this not the best quality image, but this is what it came up with. All right, not the best quality image, right? So I'm probably going to update the model that it's using to a higher quality model. Let's go to, let me close that down. Where do you update the model? So if we go inside of here, let's see. If we go inside of here, says I never heard of this particular model. And I am going to also say not to put any text in my negative prompt. I know it says put a headline, but I'm going to say don't put any text. And why is my emotional tone undefined? Let's go look that up. Let me see. So it says here that our emotional, so it's looking for emotional tone. We are gathering emotional hooks. And that's the thing, like when you ask AI to provide it to you in a particular JSON format, sometimes it doesn't, right? So we need to go back over here. And if I say emotional tone, that's why I wasn't able to find it. Fair enough. So we need to say, so if we were to actually say, I should just copy this. Let me see. Can I copy this? What happens if I try to copy this? Oops. So what's going on here? Ah, okay, I see what's happening. So if I go here, I don't know why it's pasting a $sign at the end. And I go here. Something's not right. All right. Something doesn't look right. All right, let me try this. See what happens. So let's see if the emotional tone gets populated now. Let's see, emotional. Okay, there you go. Emotional tone. There we go. Nice. So that's there, but all right. Let's go to check out runware. Let's go to models, and we have all of the. I wish they would say the. All right, let's go to. We have all these models. Let's go to. Let's see what this one is going to generate. So if I put in here, and for my model, I put this one, and then I say negative prompt, low, blurry, poor lighting, distorted. Do not include any text in image. Let's see if that works, because I know it's talking about adding text in there, right? But I'm gonna see if I can do no text through here, and if not, then we have to go back and update the prompt, which I could probably just put in there, not to include any text, right? But let's see. Let's give it a try. Let's go to execute step. And allegedly it's completed. Let's see. Oh my God. It's a better image. It's a way better image, but it is a the text, there's so much text on it, which is terrible. So this is the image. And as you can see, it's a way better homeschool-esque image, but the text on there is wild. So it ignored my request not to add any text. But let's see. So I love the image though. Like the image itself, if it could have no text, see, but to have a quote unquote like a flyer type thing, you kind of need that, and that's the issue with ads for image generation, because a lot of ads, they kind of require text, you know. But if they could do a different type of ad that did not have the text, but it's a tough call. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave this one as it is for now, and I want to go and try Dolly. AI, OpenAI, generate an image, and we want to, let's do that. Get rid of that. And if we were to go to, there's nothing in here, great. Let me go back to Manus and see if we have one for OpenAI, enhanced node by node breakdown with purposes. Let's go to creative generation. All right, so node 8 through 12. I think it's around node 10 that we're looking for. All right, so so let's just do the first one. So plain text, parameters to configure, plain text. Let's see how Dali does. Because look, if you can, if for 4 or how, I'm not even sure how much it is, right? Per image generation with Dali. But if that one image generates you a lot of money, then, or if you're selling it, you just charge accordingly. All right, main output, prompt configuration. Does that look right? So where does this plain text go? I'm not sure. Quality, resolution, style, respond with image URL. That doesn't seem right. Well, maybe we got to do it like, maybe it goes like this. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So if we do that, and we were to so the next node would be creative asset combiner. I think it's going to give me the image in base 64. It'll probably give me the image in base 64. And so let's run it. Let's see what happens. We have respond with image URLs. Let's just do it this way, see what happens. All right, so let's go keep it regular. Execute step. Let's see the quality that DALL-E 3 is going to give us. I know it takes longer than other services. All right, so let's go and do this. So this image right here, or this image right here. So I would say if it's, so what I see, Runware gets the concept of the image a lot better. It gets the text terribly. The text is horrendous, right? For DALL-E, the text is better, although they spell you're wrong and this over here wrong. But the image is, for me at least, not really engaging. I'd rather see this image right here, excluding the text, than this image. So we're definitely going to stick with Runware, right? So, and for the amount of money that we paid for this image right here, totally not worth it. But what we will do, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't like this one whatsoever. We need to get our the text off of it. So let me try one more time by saying create a professional and what if I do why is it coming with quotes? Why is it coming with quotes? Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on. I can say do not include any text in the image. Why does that any look like that? All right, okay, whatever. Let's try it. Let's try it with this. Something weird happened. But why is it not closing the parentheses? See over here, it's not closing it for some weird reason. If I escape it, what if I use a single quote? We do that. Would that work? I'm not seeing. What about if I take this okay, there you go. So I just added it as part of this prompt right here. Do not include any text in the image. Let's put a space here. And let's see if we go ahead and we render that, what will happen. Not render, but execute this step. Got that. It's getting better. It's getting better. So this is what we have now. Still has a text in there, right? This time this text actually came out pretty good. This one, terrible. Got to find a way to get to keep the text out, because that is what's holding us back right now. I do like the image though. She has too many fingers. That's a problem. But who's counting anyways, right? Who's counting anyways? Let's see. So, all right, let's go back to these models here. Let's go over here. I'm going to go check the usage. So, and these two images that we just generated, they were pretty cheap. This one was 0.3 cents, or 0.003 cents, 0.004 cents. Can I find? I think we need a little bit more expensive model. I just wish that I could see the cost of the models as I'm looking for it. I use this one quite a bit. Let's see how this one does. But that's a big part of the game, though. Finding the right model to use for your image generation is so important. So let's try this one. Let's see. Normally Runware generates its images really, really quickly. So let's see. Oh my God, this is worse. This is terrible. All right. Let's try. Here's how we're going to do it. Here is how we're going to do it. I'm going to copy this prompt right here. It's okay. No, we're not going to do it that way. Well, give me a second. Let me see. Let's go to playground. Shout out to John 5. That's if I'm saying it wrong, I am sorry. But shout out to you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right, so I am looking at these models here. Oops. If I go and copy this right here. And shoot. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. I think I found a mod. I think I found a model that is decent. It cost me a pretty penny, but so if we look at this one right here, unlock your child's potential with Homeschool Hive, Community, Homeschool Hive. The images actually have good text. Not sure what this says. Huh. And everyone has the right amount of fingers. It's pretty expensive for this model. ImageGen is from Google, but it did a pretty good job. So I would say if we were going to be using this, because this cost 4 cents times 5, about 20 cents for these 5 images to be generated. So it just, and that's one of the things I like about Runware, because if I created this at Google directly, then I'd be, using Google's API, be getting charged from Google, or some place that you need subscription models, then you'd have to end up getting subscriptions for each one of these places. But through using Runware, they give you access to so many different providers, right? So all of these are available. Then you can search for over 200,000 different models. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to here and we're going to say use the Google model instead of our, and that's not to say that even using this Google model, it can get the text wrong. But from what I've seen so far, this Google model has the best text the best text on image generation. So that is good to keep in mind. Still, when I'm creating thumbnails and stuff, I still prefer to put the text on it myself because I can control the styling a little bit better. But when you are creating these ads, you're not going to be able to do all of that. So let's go ahead and execute this step and see what we get. And we got an error. Let's see what's the error. Oh. So, all right. So steps is not supported. So if we go over to here and we do show JSON request. I think we just have to take, and it says do not include any text and image, but it does because we also have this right here, right? So we can modify our prompt not to include any images or not to include any text, but you know. So I think we just need to take off in here the steps. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep this one as is, right? And I am going to make a copy of it. Bring that down over here. That way we keep that one as is, and we can, probably lost it. We can use Google 2.1, take the steps out, take out not safe for work, execute. Parameter C, it's annoying. Okay, so as we get the errors, we just go and take out what we don't need. Scheduler, okay. Google is very, very simple indeed. All right, we got that. All right, we should get something now. All right, let's copy that. Much better, but still not the greatest. So I like the image a lot. I just don't like the text that they put on it. Yeah, and for automatic generation, there's not much you're going to be able to do about that. There's just not much you're going to be able to do about the text that they're going to place on it. So my best bet would be have your caption, your text, and have your image just in a very cool psychological image. So like, let's say it's just this image right here without text. That's probably the best. That's probably gonna be the best bet, to be honest. And even when I say do not include any text, it still puts in the text. So that means we don't even need to, because although it's decent, it's still not good. So we're going to let's see where this comes from, right? This comes from this is coming from the visual prompt. So let's see where visual prompt comes from. Copy processor. It comes from the looks like it comes from the advanced Add analyzer. All right, so if we go to advanced add analyzer, and you generate the not there. So it must be somewhere over here. So this is visual patterns. I'm trying to see who generates the visual prompt side of it. This one I did. Why is this? Oh, wait a second here. Target audience seems to be messing up. So that should be, we don't have age range. So let me just, so psychological, so target, so we have that. I don't have to the age range and stuff, but I'm just gonna drop that in, or let's do that. Am I missing something here? It's like everything didn't take effect. Emotional hooks to incorporate. Let's see. So all of this information isn't coming through. The demographics, the age range. So all right, something to look into in the future. But I just want to not include any text. So this one, okay. Let's see, visual. Where did the visual come from? Visual patterns. Let's execute this step. Good morning, Rod Brown. How is it going for you today? I'm about to get out of here too, by the way. About to wrap it up for the day. Let's see. Visual. So work. All right. So if we go here, visual prompts. So visual prompts, visual prompt, create a, for the brand name. Let me not include the space for the headline. Do not include any text on the image. Let's try that. And we are going to say execute. And we are going to go here And I can take this off now because I should already have it. Let's do one more and see how it comes out. John 5S or John 5s. Hopefully I'm saying it right. It's interesting to watch someone else use N8N. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Curious. So this image cost me 0.009. How have you used N8N? I've used it in a few different ways. I have it pretty much handling my X content. So like it'll post some thought of mine based like, and then people respond to it, and then I'll engage with the people. It posts on my products. I am trying out this marketing flow that I found on X. So I'm just curious, how have you seen people use it? I know there's like so many different use cases, so just out of curiosity. So let's go here and do that. No. What was that model? So this is what it came up with. I don't like it. I definitely don't like this one. But it came up with this. I do not like this at all. The quality sucks and everything. So what I want to do is I want to go back to the old model that I used, which would be this one. Because that one had some pretty decent pictures on there. Let's go to, let's see. And then we'll wrap it up after that. Let's see here. Jesus, that's terrible. What is this? Getting your model right, getting your image, like the model that you're using right, is the key to all of this, right? I don't know what they're doing. Trying to find a decent model to use. Maybe the prompt, maybe the prompt isn't well. Let me see what the prompt is again. Do not include any text on image right here, right there, but it is ignored. Let me try to take off the platform Facebook from it. For now, I'll take this off. I thought the images from earlier, like they came out really well. Now all of a sudden, it is like, nope, we're not going. Last image. I quit. I've had enough. We'll keep playing with the models. We will keep playing with the models, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna check the chat really quick, and then we're going to get up out of here. I'm really curious to see Johnny Five's usage of N8N. All right, let's take a look at this before we get out of here. So Johnny 5S says, I have 3 workflows. Nice. The first workflow is Google email monitoring, a very simple check on my inbound emails and auto replying to some of them. That I've heard of that use case before. That is an awesome use case. The second use case is sending a morning email of the weather forecast. Yep, I haven't heard anybody do that, but I do know that, a lot of people. That's a good one because you get the weather and whatever other news. I thought about using it. So there was a flow that I tried to do. I'm still working on the side, but creating the economic shows podcast through. I had to set up, what do you call it? Oh my god, I forgot the name of that company that is going that would do the that has the API for the 2-person podcast. But I do want to finish that one. Ran into some issues, but but yeah, like getting those type of informational emails and notifications, that's a very good workflow use. And the last one, generate images via Comfy UI. Input image prompt is from Discord chat message. So in a Discord chat message, somebody puts in a prompt and then it goes to your N8N to generate the image and return it back to Discord. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Comfy UI is ran locally. I was running N8N locally on a MacBook Mini that I have here, but because I needed to get access to it from the outside world, I ended up setting it up on DigitalOcean. Really cool usage. Really cool. All right, that is all the time that we have for today. I am going to get up and out of here. Got a full long day ahead of me, so I just want to thank every last one of you for tuning in, especially you, Johnny 5S. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing the insight on how you use N8N. Always love to see fellow tech people and how they use technology. There's so many different ways, and I think we're just scratching the surface of N8N, Lovable, Google, AI, APIs, all of that good stuff. Johnny 5S says that's correct. In putting the prompt in Discord, it sends it out to N8N and then it returns it to Discord, all of that good stuff. But remember, at noon today, we're going to be premiering software explorations, concept and overviews. We're going to be talking about Google Opal. We're going to be doing a test drive, looking into it, all that good stuff. Not much of a comparison, but I am going to compare a prompt, or we're going to compare a prompt that I've used in Lovable and put it in Google Opal to see what it came up with, all that good stuff. So see you guys there. Brand new experimental software. Check out Google Opal. And then we will go from there. Don't forget as well, my guy Rod Brown has his 4th live stream tonight at 8. It's scheduled for 8:45 p.m. So tune in. I'll be there hanging out with my guy Rod Brown. Hope to see you guys there as well. And Johnny says, just call me Johnny. For sure, we will do. Thank you so much, Johnny, for tuning in as well.
I appreciate you.
And with that being said, if you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, TechWithJeff.dev. In a couple of hours, I will be releasing on Patreon the Vibe Code and Chill session, all the insights, like what I was troubleshooting, creating prototypes, all that good stuff that we did over this past weekend in our Vibe Code and Chill session. But until next time, my friends, TechWithJeff, we are out.
Spartans! What is your profession?
I try to live what they let go, away to dreams they'll never know. But a drowning soul can't save the tide, and now I see I must step aside.
I fought till my hands turned to stone, carrying battles that weren't my own. They swore they'd stand but turned away, left me to bleed in the fray.
I held the line as long as I could, fought for the spark they misunderstood. They whispered dreams they'd never choose, said they were in but lived to lose. I can't fight for you no more, knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out, your silence echoes a deafening shout.
I wanted to see your colors fly, but you clipped your wings and let them die. You craved the fall, not that you let begin.
I can't fight for you no more. Knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out. Your silence echoes a deafening shout. I saw the fire dim in their eyes, promises buried under their lies. They wore the crown of fleeting belief, but ran from the throne when it brought grief. Oh,
I tried to carry your weight on my back, but your shadow was a heavy attack. You disappeared when the fire burned high, left me screaming at an empty sky.
I wanted the victory more than they, but you can't chase stars for those who stray. So I lay down the sword and walk away. The battle's lost, they chose decay. I can't fight for you no more. Knocking on a locked up door. You said you were in but faded out. Your silence echoes a deafening shout. Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reach my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.
Oh, they vanish like shadows in the light, fading away when it's time to fight. I reached my hand, they let it fall. I can't catch ghosts, I've given it all.